When I created the channel, I had the intention to show you games from different genres. Well, they are not different enough. So I decided to review Gemini, an excellent sci-fi noir adventure game with some technical problems, but this must not stop you from enjoying it. The game takes place in 23rd century within Gemini system, a star system recently declared independence after 10 years of devastating war. After that, crime syndicate named Boroyokuden takes control much of the system. At the start of the game you take control of Azrael Odin, ex-assassin now turned cop. He is searching information on planet Borokos about his missing brother Daniel. Through most of the game you will play with Azrael, but at some point you will take control of Daniel. I don't want to spoil the plot since this is the best thing in the game, but I will say it includes conspiracy, memory wipe, superb twist, in other words, brilliant story. Of course the good writing helps a lot. And the ending is quite philosophical. Gameplay-wise is pretty standard for the genre with one exception. I will talk about it later. You click on a hotspot and choose which part of the body, eye, hand, leg or mouth, or item will be used. After being stuck on one or two places, I quickly realized that the leg icon is quite useful for moving forward the story. Most of the adventure games I played don't have similar thing. Maybe the most important feature in adventure game are the puzzles. For me they were ideally tough, but veteran players will probably breeze through them. Maybe just 2 or 3 times I was stuck for a brief moment. Puzzles always have common sense and they are tied quite nice with the plot. And because of this they are obvious, just listen to conversations. Puzzles include speaking with someone, start a machine, searching for information in terminals, and so have not the most elegant solution. Shooting a lock, breaking a window, and so on. Like I said, the puzzles may be easy for those who are looking for mental challenge, so keep that in mind. The exception I meant was gunfights. Yes, it's a bit strange to have such a thing in an adventure game, but they fit so well with the story and you won't mind them. They are total 5 or 6, so don't worry, it's not a side-scroller shooter. The gunfights proceed like this. You stand behind cover, then you press A or D to show yourself from left to right position of the cover and shoot. The enemy is doing the same thing, but you can one-hit kill the bad guys. There is a bar on the upper left corner and by pressing a button you will concentrate, and when it reaches the green zone it will guarantee you a headshot and quickly ending the shooting. And you can choose their difficulty at any point. The game autosaves before life-threatening situations. The graphics. Some parts are great, others questionable. The game is a nod to old school adventure games and I like pixel art graphics. The space cutscenes are good, character designs and movement are good, but the backgrounds are bland. The levels are okay, you are either on a rainy street or inside a building. Just little more details in the environment won't hurt. The game runs much better from what you see, but its frames fall to run slower than normal. Sound design is great. The voices for the main characters are great, but I can't say the same thing about some of the secondary. Most of the game doesn't have music, but when it does, it's great. It starts and stops abruptly and this is unfortunate. The biggest problem here comes from technical side of things. The game runs at max resolution 1280 by 800 and it's locked at 40 frames per second. Sometimes escape doesn't work. When this happens, press spacebar and then escape again. For me this fixes the problem, I think. When you load to save game, half of the screen is black until you move away from that scene. But this happened only 3 times through my whole playthrough. Gemini is fantastic adventure. Right from the start the game intrigued me and I was glued to the screen until I saw the end credits. It offers fantastic story, gritty sci-fi atmosphere, gunfights, light puzzles, but it suffers from some unfortunate technical problems. One more thing, almost the whole game is made by a single person. This is quite impressive. I highly recommend it.
So they already got him before we arrived.